Yo, what is going on, guys? XpertFusion here, and we have some brand new leaks to cover in regards to Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies, and actually some pretty exciting information. So apparently, right, this is coming from Okami, who is a really reputable leaker in the COD community. He's been right about a lot of things, so he's definitely someone you should be following on Twitter. Link to his Twitter down in the description down below. So he says, in other COD news, there's a new mode called Outbreak coming soon. Don't know all the details, but it's supposed to be a Treyarch-style co-op zombies experience on a large-scale Fireteam map. I've heard it described as open-world zombies, so take that for what you will. And someone asks, can we kill each other in it? Like, is it going to be like a PvPvE types thing? But he says it's co-op only, so it's just going to be like zombies, but on Fireteam maps. Now, we've heard about this before. It's actually not the first time we're hearing about it. People like The Game Revolution, DK Dynamite, they've been talking about Zombies Fireteam for a while, but they haven't really gone in depth on it yet, and now it seems like it should be coming soon. And honestly, I expect it to be coming sometime in Season 2, which makes perfect sense. You know, if we're not going to get a new map till like April or something like that, it makes perfect sense to give us the Zombies Fireteam within, I'm predicting like March or something, probably around the time we get the brand new Warzone map, which, yes, I do think we will be getting the brand new Warzone map probably in about a month or so, which is also really damn exciting. So I would assume that would make sense for them to release this if it's going to be played on the Fireteam maps at the same time as the new Warzone map comes out, because we know that the Warzone map that they're bringing is going to be made up of mostly the Fireteam maps that we have currently in Black Ops Cold War. So it makes perfect sense. I would expect that to happen. Now, I have a lot of hopes for this mode, but I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not expecting it to be something spectacular. I hope it is, and I really think this can be great for the zombies mode. They can do a lot of crazy stuff with it, but I have a lot of worries as well. I think my number one worry, actually no, this is not my number one worry, because I really don't expect them to do this, but at the same time, there's a small chance they will, and that's making it PlayStation exclusive, just like Onslaught. I don't think they will, but if they do, I will automatically not care about the mode. And of course, it's a subjective thing because I primarily play on Xbox. Therefore, of course, if I'm not getting the mode, I'm not going to have to care about it too much. I do own a PlayStation. I do own Cold War on it. I just don't use it. I don't enjoy using it. I enjoy playing my Xbox. So it's just going to be something I'm not going to care about anymore. And also, just for the general consensus of the community, when you cut out a good portion of the community, you make it so less people are going to care about it just based on that. So that would be a big mistake if they made it PlayStation exclusive, but because Onslaught is, I could see it being a possibility. I hope not, though. But my other big worry is that it will just simply play like Onslaught, which Onslaught is something I've only played once, actually, so I haven't gotten a big sort of understanding of how the mode is, but I've heard from a lot of others that it's really not that great. So I'm worried it's going to play in a very similar way to it, and that makes the most sense to me. I don't know why it would be that much different. I'm not expecting a ton of content, but I think they can do so many awesome things with this mode, and that's kind of what I want to talk about today, what they should do with this mode between all the Fireteam maps. First of all, they got to make all the Fireteam maps feel different when you play them, assuming we get to play on all 3 Fireteam maps, or maybe 4 if there's a 4th Fireteam map at that time. They got to all play differently, right? Do not give us the same exact sort of gameplay loop and gameplay feel. Make it very different. Have some music playing in certain areas. Have different bosses. Have different wonder weapons. Maybe one map has the wonder weapons from D Machine, while the other map has the wonder weapon from Firebase Z, and so on and so forth. Kind of mix it up a little bit. But what I really hope they do, and what I really hope this mode achieves, is kind of like Onslaught in a way where you have to do different objectives around the map, but make it so it's just a consecutive thing with a wave-based, system, just like normal zombies. So you can either choose to do the objectives, or you could just go around and kill zombies endlessly with a bunch of vehicles. I mean, how fun does that sound? Imagine getting in like a buggy or a chopper and just lighting up zombies on, let's say, Sanatorium, which is a pretty cool map. And maybe it gives you objectives like, okay, you got to go here and take out the zombies here, and you get maybe, I don't know, points or something like that. And you can use those points to buy perks, which could be around the map in some way, I guess. Maybe there's a Pack-a-Punch somewhere. Maybe there's multiple Pack-a-Punch machines, so you don't have to go across the whole map just to get a Pack-a-Punch. Stuff like that. And maybe certain areas, if you don't do the objective, maybe it just like in Fireteam, it kind of fills up with this like radioactive material, so now you can't go in that area. So maybe there's something in there you wanted and now you can't get it anymore because it filled up. That would be really cool. But I'm just really hopeful that they can make it fun in a way that you want to keep playing and you want to keep sort of going for as high of a round as possible, just like you would in normal zombies, but also having objectives to continuously do, not like something that takes, I don't know, like 20 minutes and you finish and you like beat the game or something and you're just like, oh, maybe you, I don't know, secure 5 locations around the map and you do it and that's it, you're done. I kind of hope it's a continuous thing that lets you keep going as high as you possibly can, just like zombies, so it plays in a similar way to zombies. And I hope they implement side quests and Easter eggs and such. I'm not expecting them to, because this is just like a little side thing they seem to be doing. But if they do, you know how crazy that could be? Imagine we get boss fights of some sort. Now, this is a wild idea here, right? This is a wild idea, and I don't expect it to happen at all, because this is going to play into the story. It will. We know this because at the end of Firebase C, in the cutscene, we hear, of course, they're talking about the fact that they have a mission to do in the Ural Mountains, which is, of course, where the Fireteam maps take place. So it's going to connect to the story. But what I would have loved is if they would implement the bosses from Dead Ops Arcade on these maps, to just give it some more flavor, to give it some more, I don't know, feel to it, because they have a lot of cool bosses in Dead Ops Arcade, right? They have the models and the assets right there. A lot of them are bosses from BO4. That would be so cool to see, though. Just think about it, right? Let's say you got the dudes from 9, right? The dudes from 9 back. Imagine those dudes. You just walk into a specific building in Sanatorium to maybe, I don't know, you have to like secure some objective or something. And a bunch of those dudes from 9, the Gladiators and the Marauders or whatever you call them, they just come, or the Brawlers, that's what they're called. They just come running at you. How crazy and awesome would that be? I'm not expecting it, again, because story. This is my biggest issue, I think, with any video game, really, is when they take the story and they make it so it completely changes their decisions when it comes to gameplay. Because I don't think that would be hard for them realistically to insert the assets from Dead Ops Arcade into the main maps. I don't think that would be hard for them. But how would they explain it story-wise? Would that mean, oh, Chaos is connected to Ether now? They can't do that. Personally, I don't give a shit. I love the story. I think it's really interesting, but it's really not that the story is already so crazy. The story has always been so crazy and wacky. You could literally explain anything. Have the Brawlers come back, but just be explained as some other creatures from some other world or something. It doesn't really matter. I don't think most people would give a shit. They wouldn't be like, oh, story inconsistency. I don't think anyone actually cares that much. The story has been so inconsistent the past 10 years, I don't think anyone cares anymore. They just want to have an interesting story to follow, but they don't care how crazy it gets because we've already gone to the extremes of craziness. But yeah, I'm just saying that because I think it'd be a lot more fun than fighting the same Megatons and Mimics, the ones we've already seen in the main zombie maps. I would have liked to fight some other bosses. But the thing is, they're not going to create specific bosses for this mode. I just got to say this now, and I've seen people say that they want there to be like new maps for like specifically made for the Zombies Fireteam mode. Don't expect that. This mode is a side gig, right? It's going to be using assets from all the other things, just like what Onslaught was doing. They're just using assets from multiplayer and zombies and putting it into this mode. They're just going to do the same thing here. It's not going to be completely new maps with completely new guns, with completely new wonder weapons, with completely new bosses. It's going to be the same things. I just hope they utilize those things. That's my biggest hope. Hopefully it's good enough to hold us over to DLC 2. That would be really swell. I think that could be really cool. And hopefully they just keep doing stuff with it. Because open world zombies is something I've been wanting for a while, especially so we can use vehicles. I mean, just think about it. We've never had a zombies map where we can use vehicles, like control them completely. You know what I mean? The closest to that, I guess, is Blackout, right? Or I guess Alcatraz, whatever. The different, Blackout modes in Black Ops 4. That's the closest to that we've ever really gotten. But imagine it being its own thing where you're just going in there co-op style, just taking out zombies almost like Left 4 Dead style or something. I think they could do a lot of cool things with it as long as they keep that zombies signature feel to it and they make the different Fireteam maps feel very different. And the Fireteam maps are really cool. Like Alpine, which is the map you're seeing in the gameplay, imagine that in zombies. I mean, you have the lodge there. You can like maybe go into the lodge. It's just a cool atmosphere for a zombies map. So I think they can definitely handle it well. And they get the snowmobiles. Imagine taking snowmobiles down the mountain. Like I said, hopefully it's good. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.